Hey guys, how's it going? So this is my 1983 RX7. I have about 8 of these things, and the story about this FB RX7 is there's a little town, it's called Birch Hills, very small town, and I had to go take a look at it because I needed an 8th one. Went over there, it was at a farm, I had to pull it out of a bush. Shout out to my friend Logan Clark. And then my friend Owen Manias. I had it for a couple of years. Got it running, I think, a day after. It took me 20 hours. So it took a whole weekend to get it running. The engine sounded healthy. But here's the thing. The carburetor had a problem. And shout out to my friend Cale Nairn. He's very knowledgeable because he's already done the Nikki Carb Mod. Now, the Nikki Carb Mod, you delete all the emissions, the air pump, all of that jazz. So he got that done for me. I had to mess around with the carb, mess around with some stuff like grounding, the power wire to the starter, and you know, it's running fine. It's running fine, but it's eating gas so bad. Give me a second here. This whole jerry can in less than half an hour on idle. Like, how insane is that? And I had to do some research. I was like, why is this Dorito eating so much fuel just for a simple Nikki Carb Mod? Well, I was a dum-dum, and I didn't realize that there's a modification you would have to do if you did the Nikki Carb Mod on the intake manifold. Now, the intake manifold, I'm about to show you guys what you would need to delete. And the thing is, there's a guy named Rad Potential on YouTube. You guys probably know that if you're watching this video. Very good guy, very awesome guy, but he only focuses on the SA RX7s. He doesn't show much about the FBs. He'll talk about it, but he won't show it. And that's where the whole confusion came. So anyways, if you guys are wanting to do the Nikki Carb Mod or whatever and what you need to do and blah, 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 you can message me, whatever. I've done it already. But I'm going to show you guys what needs to be deleted on that intake manifold. Now, here is the intake manifold on a 12A rotary RX7. So you see here, you got this flappy thing. So originally, when you're supposed to mod these, you don't take the flap out. So what you're supposed to do, you're supposed to JB weld this portion. And then if you look right over here, you take this off. There's like this little circular piece, which I'm about to show you guys. It's supposed to be in there. So this piece is going to be in there. So when I take off the one in my car, I'm going to use the original gasket, as you can see right here. And I cut out some metal, and I'm going to JB weld it, drill some holes, get that done. Then, what else is there? Now there's this part. I also had to, well, I still have to, pre-drill some holes here. Now I got to JB weld that as well. Gonna do that, put that there, block it off. And what I'm gonna be doing, I'm gonna take this off because I want to see if I can just block it off with a bolt. And then here's the crucial part right here that I missed out. This part is wide open on that side, and that's why my car is running like crap. I'm gonna have to make sure, obviously, that this port's closed. See it right there. I also made a tiny piece right here. I think that's everything. But yeah, I got to take this off. I want to see if I can delete that. And this is not going on the car. Maybe afterwards when I'm done modding it. But this is a very clean one. Like, I spent a lot of time cleaning this. So anyways, I'm going to get right to it and go from there. We are going to start removing stuff. Might not be able to see a bunch of stuff because my light is dead. So I left this on loose because when I was tuning the carb would not run right. I had to run this pipe and put this top hat on so I could tune the carb outside. So I was trying to figure out what the problem was. And because it has no choke on it. The carb is just sitting right on top of my alternator for now. And what we're doing here, I'm gonna make sure these gaskets are not wrecked because these take a long time to get from Rock Auto. Oh man, that's stinky. So you see this flap? This flap needs to be stationary, so we have to JB weld that. And this needs to be removed. Already got some plates, so we're gonna remove this piece right here, remove this piece right here, and I still haven't done that pipe thing, so just give me a few seconds again. I'm gonna go back and see if I could just block it off with a bolt. I checked this one, where it connects to, and you do not want to remove that one. That is for your master cylinder for your brakes. So you do not want to touch that one. And originally, what we were talking about before, the plates I was showing earlier, those are the ones you want to touch and remove. So this was a big problem. Let's see, take it out. Can we get this out, or we have to, hold on. I might have to pull it from underneath, guys. There's this huge pipe here, and this goes to the bin. And that's where my draw there was coming from. So now we gotta do this one right here. Once I have a chance. And then we're gonna get rid of this air pump BS. Yeah, so definitely there was air traveling through here and all that stuff. And as you can see, it's wide in the open too. So that goes to the bin. And this goes to the bin as well. Well, I'm gonna keep it, obviously. So I had to fast forward to the next weekend because I had something pop up. So what's gonna happen here is I'm gonna get the gasket ready. I'm gonna put that metal plate here. I'm gonna test fit all of these plates just to make sure they're gonna fit. And then I got to prep the GB weld, slap it on, and I'm gonna heat this up first before I apply the GB weld. So I'm gonna get my torch, I'm gonna heat this up, get that all going, and then apply it. Then I'll go from there. So it'll be applied, and then the next thing I would have to do all this stuff and delete it. I just finished doing the whole GB weld thing, and I ran into some problems, and luckily I kept so much nuts and bolts, like extra ones. If you're doing any random car things, always have a spare bolt bin, because you're gonna run into issues like this. And I'll show you guys what I was talking about. As you can see right here, this is a stud type, right? And when you put the plate on, there is like this much of a gap still. I looked in my bin and I was like, wait a minute, I should have that thread pitch, and it was like tiny, right? I'm looking right here, got that on. It's pretty good. The clearance is good when I put the carb on or whatever, the plate. Got that done. I got that GB welded. Make sure that's not in the way. And that's curing right now. That plate is on. Then I luckily found a perfectly fitted bolt that will fit into that hole to GB weld. And that was the majority of the issue for why it was not running great. The next step is to change out this alternator, because the one that I purchased, it comes with a double pulley. And the reason why I'm swapping that out, and for it to be a double pulley, because I'm deleting the air pump. And because I'm deleting the air pump, I have new V-belts. And then it will line up, obviously, and go from there. Also, I got a new water pump. I'm not going to change that out, because I got to make sure it's running full power. Yeah, see? You can see the alternator right down there. See if it cured really well. And the only thing I'm worried about is this one. Make sure it's thick. That's why I have the heater on still. I'm gonna stop the video here, and the purpose of this episode is to first off show you about this car, and then what you need to delete for your vacuum and all that stuff, and the air pump, and which plates to block off for the FB generation. And the SA is somewhat similar, but a little bit different. Well, hope you guys like this episode, and I will be filming further on for this car. And yeah, I'll keep you guys updated. See you later, guys. Peace.